David Ross.
Hits a home run.
Last game. Everybody. I can't think of one player on the team that did not participate or pitch in winning the World Series.
Bryant, Baez, Fowler leading off the game with a home run off Kluber in the first inning.
Did you see that Bryant and Rizzo have like a Hollywood name now, calling him Brizzo?
No.
Yeah, that was.
But I did get a sneak preview of this week's Sports Illustrated cover, and it's a picture of Rizzo with his hands in the air, and it's Bryant's back to you with his name as he made the play to first. It's perfect.
I love when Rizzo gets on base and he goes, gives him the Shooter McGee.
It was
the Shooter McGee.
Listen, Joe Madden did a great job. Obviously, Theo is now baseball god, can walk on water, having broken 2 curses. The Red Sox in 2004, and now the Cubbies in 2016. I mean, he's just a genius.
Well, I don't know how anything's getting done in Chicago.
It's not.
The rest, now
it's
weekend.
They've been drunk since Wednesday.
God bless them. Rush Street's got to be insane. All of our friends in Chicago that are tuning in, congrats, everybody. Been a long, long road from a kid that used to sit in the bleachers and sell pennants and souvenirs outside at the fire station. It's been a long journey, a nail biter down to the end, down to that last out. It was just crazy. I wanted to just watch it by myself and focus in. I didn't want any distractions from anybody.
I understand. I get it.
It was crazy.
And then you just stand there and you don't even believe what you're watching.
Oh, my friend Steve Berger in L.A. has been pacing. I watched one game with him, and he couldn't sit down. I mean, it's been that kind of a series, that kind of a game.
Congrats to a bunch of our friends that are on the show with us all the time. Adrian Zamed, Kevin Burke, Rob Sherwood, and Cindy Nelson, and Chicago Joe. I know you're out there, man. You never stop believing in these guys. I kept playing devil's advocate. The Giants are going to beat them. The Indians are going to beat them. But you prevailed.
Yeah, you little bastard.
Hey, listen, I got to call it how I see it. I'm an underdog.
And everybody's going to be joining us on our NBC show on Monday, 2 p.m. on 9:20 a.m. KBAD, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure and tune in on Monday. Okay, so baseball done, over.
How happy are you?
I'm very happy. I'm very
now
I'm
it's your
very
favorite
happy.
season.
You know, I've been on antibiotics and everything, but I'm ready to drink. I think I'm ready to drink now.
Well, now the second half of your favorite season is starting.
Yes. Yeah, and I always said there's only 2 seasons for me, but now I had another football and no football.
This year there was a third season.
Yeah, and of course, but I hit a 16 parlay finally last weekend.
Got off the schneid.
Yeah, finally.
You got the virus out of your body. You got the betting virus out of your body. The Cubs won this might be a whole new thing for you now.
Winning. Charlie Sheen. Winning.
I'm surprised we didn't see Charlie Sheen the other night at the Cleveland game. I thought they were going to bring him out as Ricky Vaughn to throw the first pitch out.
I don't think that's going to happen. But how about Billy Murray? I got to talk again about Bill Murray being just like a super fan. You know,
well, and I don't know if you saw the mascot for the Cubs.
Well, they had him in the locker room. Did you see the footage with the champagne?
And Theo blasted the champagne
and poured champagne all over each other.
He goes, it really does burn your eyes, but it's a good burn.
It's a good kind of a burn. So special hello to all the Murray guys, Joel, big Cub fans, Johnny, you guys. I think everybody's energy just tuning in, like focusing on Cubs and the W. That's what #W.
How did the W come about? Explain this to me. When they say fly the W.
Outside of Wrigley, they hoist the flag when the Cubs win, and it's a giant W.
Is it for Wrigley or for win?
Win.
Oh, it's not for Wrigley.
No, it's not for Wrigley. It's for win.
I always thought it was for Wrigley.
In Cubby Blue. Billy Williams was out there today, sweet swinging Billy Williams. And on Monday, Jeff Santo, Ron Santo's son, is going to be calling us in, and hopefully Mike Bryant's Chris's dad's going to be in studio with us, and that's on Monday, 2 p.m.
How's he doing right now, Mike Bryant?
Well, he's probably in a drunken
stupor
somewhere.
Floating on a cloud somewhere.
Yeah, well, he's got to be in the Chicago.
To watch your boy, he's a fellow Red Sox player, a diehard baseball guy, did some studying under Ted Williams. Mike's a great guy, comes on the show with us all the time. I mean, as a father, he just must be so elated to see his boy do what he did and really excel throughout the series.
It can't get any better than that.
I know.
I mean, having your son, and Chris 4 for 5 in Game 6.
Make the last out. I mean, it's
MVP. Maybe they could share it.
He was an MVP.
Who was MVP?
Ben Zobrist.
Really?
You see, now here's the thing about a team like that, right?
Was that in the 10th inning?
Ben Zobrist, he hit the double in the 10th. Ben Zobrist got picked up last year on waivers by Kansas City.
Right.
Goes to win the World Series. This year he gets picked up by the Cubs. Goes to win the World Series. In sports, we see guys like this that come along that they have like an it factor that you can't put on paper, an intangible that they bring the team together. They take it to the next level. They make those extra plays. In basketball, Robert Horry, they call him Big Shot Bob. You don't know much about him. He's got 6 rings on 4 different teams.
Yeah.
Like those are the guys that just come along and sort of like the glue that brings everything together and takes them over the
It's
top.
almost like a great sitcom. The ensemble is what makes it great. And that team, when Hayward, when the clouds parted, when gods parted the clouds and it rained on the Indians, and Hayward called a team meeting.
17 minutes, yeah.
And said, "Hey guys,
Things were coming unraveled.
let's do this.
He saw it.
We've got this.
Raj
We've
Davis
got
just
this."
tied the game on the home run. He saw the wheels are coming off, and he got that team together in the dugout
Right.
and said, "Listen, this is ours. We're not giving this up. We're doing this here right now."
There's no I in team.
There isn't
No I
anymore.
in team. All right, a couple of announcements. November 12th, the Nathan Edelson Hospice is holding their 21st annual Serenades of Life Doctors in Concert, which I think is a really cool concept. There's doctors that are in bands, and they're playing music. And starring
They're
is going to
called
be...
rock doctors.
Is that what they're called?
No.
Rock Docs?
Rock
All right.
Docs.
Serenades of Life, November 12th.
Good name.
Leanne Womack headlines with Southern Nevada Doctors to raise funds for Nevada's largest nonprofit hospice. That's the Nathan Edelson Hospice, and they really do great stuff. I lost a friend a few years ago, and they take great care of people. So kidding aside, award-winning country music singer and songwriter Leanne Womack joins the stage with local Southern Nevada medical community talents this fall to raise funds for the nonprofit Nathan Edelson Hospice. emceeing is great comic, great actor, Brad Garrett. So if you want more information, go to nathanedelsonhospice.org, I believe it is, and check that on out. Let's we were going to talk about our wine club a little bit. I was watching the first part of the game over
Right.
at Nacho Daddy's. Where
Another
we
huge
have our-
turnout for the wine club. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Every
week we've got these wine tasting parties. If you're a wino, like I am.
Like we are.
Like we are. And if you like to drink and have fun, there was some guy there that I almost stabbed him in the neck.
Nice.
This guy was doing like trivia contests over the Cub game.
Oh my God.
And I'm sitting there with all the wine people, and I'm saying, I'm gonna sound like Fat Tony, like our friend Joe Montana. I'm feeling kind of stabby. I'm gonna stab him in the neck. But anyway, we've got these wine tasting parties every Wednesday. If you want more information, send me a message at Jonathan Scott LV at any of the social media, or you can leave a message at 702-883-1111. That number again, 702-883-1111. News on the one, sports on the ones, and it's backed up with the spaghetti. So the guy was talking like
Speaking of the
broadcast, like
spaghetti
radio
bowl,
guy.
have you seen the traffic out there?
Yeah, that's called Project Neon.
It's ridiculous.
Should be called Project BS is what it should be called.
It's for the next 4 years,
Try and
right?
get around that mother during the day. You
And
can't.
you have the
Yeah.
airport underpasses all under construction. The whole city's just ridiculous.
And it's backed up at the spaghetti ball. So the guy was talking like that. He was like,
Oh, he was?
giving announcers a bad name. He's like, and this question is, who's buried in Grants 2? Remember, we used to have a guy that would do the traffic report.
He would.
We'd come
We
out
would
of the
sit there
break and we'd
listening
be
and
laughing.
laughing, yeah.
He'd like, yeah, so Bobby 85 degrees here in Las Vegas, and it's backed up at the spaghetti. I'd be like, stop talking like that. You go home to your wife. Hey, what's for dinner tonight? Are we going to have spaghetti and meatballs again tonight? Radio guy. It's Radio Guy.
You love Radio Guy.
I love Radio Guy.
I know
and
you
I
do.
just don't like talking like that. All right, so moving on to football.
Baseball is over.
You collected. Last night you collected on the over like you said you were going to do.
You called me before the game started. You said, who do you like? Atlanta was favored last night over Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay, 4.5 and 50. Both of these teams, I mean, Atlanta, I think, is leading the league in scoring right with the Patriots at over 30 points a game. Tampa Bay can score, and they're giving up a ton of points. They can't stop a bleeding nose, as they say right now. And easily
That's
that
a
went
nice metaphor.
went flying over the total.
Can't
I
stop
think they
a
scored over
bleeding nose.
70 points last night. I told you to take the over, but yeah, I did.
I never made it. I was at the spa.
I cashed
had a
last
spa
night with
date
Atlanta
my
in the
friend
over.
John.
A spa day.
A spa date
You
with
took
my
a
friend
schwitz
John.
over betting
I took
football.
a steam, yeah, because the game was kind of inconsequential.
It was actually
so
a
we
really
were-
fun game, and for fantasy lovers, it was a great game for those of us that had Julio Jones on their team like I do.
Yeah, well, talk about fantasy. You know, our friend John English and Vic Salerno have U.S. Fantasy
They
Sports.
do.
So it's up and running. If you want to bet, it's kind of like parimutuel horse racing,
Mm-hmm.
where you can bet on the quarterback, win, place, and show by yardage, I believe.
Correct. Or you can go by wins or yardage for or receptions, by receivers or running back yards. There's a bunch of different ways you can bet it, but it's the first time you can actually bet on fantasy football, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
So
U.S. Fantasy
go to a
Sports.
local book here in Vegas and
I think
ask
all
them
the
about
Caesars
it.
properties has it.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so that was last night.
So we highlighted a few games this weekend that we're going to talk about. We're going to give some plays to our listeners. First game you wanted to talk about was which one? The Giants, right? Giants and Eagles.
Yeah, Giants and Eagles. Eagles fell
game.
apart last week.
Eagles fell apart last week. Big game in New York, division game. Giants are 2.5 and 43 here. Big game because both teams are 4 and 3 here. Obviously, Dallas at the head of the division at 6 and 1, but this could play a huge role for the wild card. I'm not loving what I'm seeing from the Eagles right now, and I just hate the Giants as always.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take the home team here just because I think it's close enough, and I like the number at 2.5. I think the Giants pulled this out like 27-24 at home, maybe cover the spread, but it's not really a game that I love.
No.
The next game I love a lot. This is a big one. Colts.
Colts at Green Bay.
Yes, in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. It's not going to be that cold in Green Bay this weekend. Indianapolis at 3-5, Packers at 4-3. Both teams looking terrible on defense. Both have very good offenses.
I've got to give a shout out to Big Dogs.
Oh, the Packers.
Pack is back. If you want to watch a Packers game, if you're a Packers fan, got to roll into Big Dogs at Rancho and Craig, where you can get peace, love, and
Oh,
happiness.
this is the best, guys. I drink it all the time.
Jeffrey with a G is hooked on the peace, love, and happiness. I think there might be some pumpkin.
Grapefruit.
Well, there was that pumpkin.
Oh, there's a pumpkin ale?
Pumpkin something. Yeah, pumpkin. I forgot what it was.
What's
but the pie, the
pumpkin?
huckleberry. It was a huckleberry.
You went pumpkin
beer.
something.
It was, yeah, I remember Amanda.
This
was
is
doing
delicious. And I'm not really an IPA fan. It's a pale ale, actually, not an IPA, but it's got a little grapefruit in it. It's great, really refreshing. I drink about 10 of these a day.
So there's all kinds of football specials going on at Big Dogs. If you're looking to watch football in Wisconsin, inspired kind of food, get your cheese curds, get your walleye flown in fresh. Anyway, that's a Green Bay game. And what else do you like? You like
let's
the
go into the
Oakland?
Colts.
You like Oakland
we didn't
and
finish the
Broncos?
We didn't finish the Colts game.
Okay, finish the Colts game. Luck.
Andrew Luck going into Lambeau Field to face Aaron Rodgers, who looked good last week, but has overall not looked like Aaron Rodgers this year at all.
He's looked like Mr. Rogers.
No Eddie Lacy at running back, so they're hurting there. It makes them a lot more one-dimensional. I see a high-scoring game here. I love the Colts here, plus the 7.5 points. Reason being is, whether they win or lose, the Colts are in every game. They win by 3, they lose by 4, they win by 6, they lose by 6, and Green Bay isn't blowing anyone out either. I love the Colts here, plus 7.5, and I think it goes way over 54.
Wow, that's a big number, buddy.
Yeah.
You were right last night. It went over 60.
I see this like 37-34, 37-33. It's a high-scoring game. Neither team can stop each other.
Okay, so your 3 picks, you're gonna take the Eagles over the Giants?
No, I'm not picking that game, but I just like it because it's a big divisional game.
Right.
So the first game I'm taking is the Colts plus 7.
Right.
Now Denver at Oakland. Now this is your game of the week. This is two teams atop the AFC West, both at 6-2. It's the new kid on the block versus the old kid on the block. Offense versus defense. I was at the Broncos game last week in Denver, as you know. They beat the Chargers. Thank you very much. And Oakland and Jack Del Rio and David Carr and Amari Cooper, they just keep finding ways to win. I'm torn on this game because the line is so close. It's 1.5. So it's like there's no really value anyway.
Right.
I'm going to go with the new kids at home, laying the 1.5 to knock off Trevor Siemian and the Denver Broncos and that defense, only because I don't think Denver can score enough to keep up with this offense.
So you're taking the Vegas Raiders.
Taking the Vegas Raiders, baby. And then finally, another great game on Monday Night Football. Buffalo, who's been playing much better as of late, other than the ass whooping my Patriots laid on them last week, which was a revenge game that we called, at Seattle. Again, I think this line is too high, 7 points. Russell Wilson and company and Pete Carroll, they've been doing a much better job. But Rex Ryan, very defensive-minded. He'll find a way to keep the Bills in this game close. I think Shady McCoy is going to be back this week.
I read that also.
I think
it should be a mystery, too. I still say the Shady McCoy mysteries.
Shady McCoy is going to be back this week. He helps keep Russell Wilson and the offense off the field. They can run the ball, manage the clock, giving Tyrod Taylor a little more time. So I'm going to take the Bills plus the 7 points. And as a bonus this week, we have 2 college picks for our listeners.
Okay.
First,
what's your NFL? We'll give you the three.
Three in the well, the 2 that I love in the NFL are Indianapolis plus 7.5 and Buffalo plus 7.
Okay, so just a 2 pick.
2 picks, but I'm going to give you another 2 in college.
All right, what are they?
So it'll be a 4 pick altogether.
Okay, what are they?
Navy at Notre Dame. This Notre Dame team is not nearly what it was in the last few years. They're under 500. They're 3-5. Navy is 5-2. They run the ball like crazy. They put up 300 yards a game on the ground. Keeps Notre Dame's offense off the field. They're also getting 7 here. Take Navy plus 7, and I like Syracuse against Clemson plus 26.5. Deshaun Jackson and number 3 Clemson, way overrated. 5 of their games decided by less than a touchdown. Syracuse finds a way to stay in this game. They lose by 2 touchdowns, but they're not losing by 4 touchdowns. Syracuse plus 26. Pacquiao this weekend. Yeah, he's playing. It's funny. Pacquiao, you think is going to be a major fight at like one of the big arenas? He's playing Thomas and Mack.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith is announcing the game. Like he's really fallen from grace. He's going to lose this weekend.
Always Grace.
She's great.
Okay. Is that it for sports?
That's it for sports, guys.
Okay, let's go back to Jason. Let's go back to Jason Ebbs to play us on in. This song called Dreams May Fade.
way. Ever believing your dreams are instead. While you were dreaming, find another way. Ever believing your dreams may fade, but never go away. Never go away. Dreams will never fade. Never go away. Your dreams will never fade. Never go away.
Olay! Thank you very much. What great fun on this fine.
Incredible. Jason, you'll be joining us in a couple minutes over here on the couch. But sitting to my immediate right and your immediate left, my good friend, Ricardo Laguna, BMX racer champion of the world.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo estamos?
Muy bien, ¿y usted?
Fantástico. Very impressive. He's working in Spanish.
Yeah?
I love it.
And sitting to his right and my left, Dr. Jason Yeager,
Hey, what's happening?
joining us here on the couch, Vegas nonstop. Are you guys baseball fans at all? Have you been watching?
I mean, 108 years. I haven't been following it that long, but I've been getting a lot of little bits and pieces, especially after you guys lose little news breakdown. I think I got more knowledge
Now you
than I
got a
have in the
handle on it?
past 2 weeks.
Are you a baseball fan, Jason?
I'm happy for Chicago. This is really cool.
Right?
Yeah, amazing.
What's your sport?
Well, in high school, I played baseball, first base. I
Awesome.
batted fourth, so I was a home run hitter. I played football. I played defensive end. I played offensive end, defense, offense, both. And then as I got into healthcare, I geeked out on my science, and that's my love. That's what I focus on.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy, what he does. I went over to his house, I went to Ricardo's house, and he's got a whole track built in his backyard.
Indeed. I tried to saddle him up, but he wouldn't go for it.
I couldn't even get on these little bikes.
Well, I have to put him back together, so that's the issue, right?
So Dr.
thing I haven't met him.
So Jason's a chiropractor.
Hey, I will
by
never
trade,
meet
But
him.
he started out as a pirate.
Oh,
And that's
darn.
the fascinating part of the story was that Jason was like a drama major actor who started, I almost said fell into being a chiropractor, but that'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? You
Yeah.
fell into being a chiropractor?
Right.
How many times have you fallen and hurt your
One
back?
too many. I lost track. We couldn't even have enough fingers and toes to add them all up.
Right.
But hey,
for
it's
sure.
nature of the beast.
What you do is crazy. You know, I went out there
No,
with
it's
Mirren
just-
Wade. We went to Ricardo's house to see what this is all about, and look at just this stuff is crazy.
It's just another day in paradise, if you ask me.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
love it, man. You know what? The part that I love about it is that like you get to ride a bike.
indeed.
You get
it's
I
my
realized like,
livelihood.
a couple weeks ago I had an epiphany, and you know how painful that could be. That we really just want to. This is play for me. I get to play a couple times a week, and this is how I play. That's how you play.
Indeed.
You want to occasionally pirate.
That's right.
pillage villages or go take ships.
That's right.
But you found your passion, which is helping people get better. And like 1 out of 3 people have back problems and back issues, whether they're athletes or musicians or whoever. Jace, come on over here.
Oh, okay.
Let's invite him over. We got
join-
plenty
There's
of room.
space,
Come
eh?
join the conversation here
All right.
because you guys work. You know, Clint Holmes said this to me, and I think it's true. Is that musicians and performers should also be treated as athletes, because when you guys put on a show, a 2-hour show, that's a workout for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, the vocal cords and everything that they're pushing out.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm a runner too. I ran from the time I was 11 years old. I was running 10Ks with my dad and my brother.
Really?
So I've always been, I mean, that plays a big part in it.
Have you done a marathon?
Yes, I did a marathon in 3:42:27. So it comes out to 8 minutes, 22 miles.
Wow.
He's an athlete. I'm not.
Yeah, right. Look at the stuff that you do. All
Yeah, that's 30 seconds at the most, at the peak.
right, so before we forget, you've got an event coming up, and we wanted to talk about the event.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. November 12th, downtown Las Vegas Event Center, we are going to be dumping 40 tons of ice that is going to become snow. We're going to have Olympians, skiers, and snowboarders that won gold medals, and I'll be in charge of the BMX portion where we get about 400 tons of dirt, and I build a dirt course, put $21,000, and let the kids go free-falling on it.
You are so big in social responsibility, and I love that about you. I mean, that's how we really met, you know, was on the red carpet somewhere. I don't know which one it was, but you know, that's how we got to be friends many years ago. And
I fall on my head, but I wear a helmet, so I forget a couple things from time to time. I
fell
like
on
how
my
you
head.
refresh in my memory.
You fell on your head?
Couple times, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, now you know a good chiropractor to
I
go
know.
to.
I guess
There we
I
go.
have to see him after this.
That's right. That's right.
And a couple of weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago?
What's that?
When you did the
Oh,
Rock
a
Gods?
week from yesterday.
Was
yeah.
it a week ago?
Yeah.
Jason once a year does something called Rock Gods, G-O-D-Z.
Yeah, Rock Gods Hall of Fame. And it's an induction ceremony for those deserving people that have been playing rock and roll forever, supporting other bands. Like this year we had Michael Anthony from Van Halen, we had Tony Franklin, we had Hugh McDonald, who virtually laid all the bass parts on the Bon Jovi songs that you wouldn't know because he wasn't in the band, per se the live band.
Right.
And then they all sit in with my Jet Velocity All-Star Band, and they perform a song with us that they helped make famous. So it was a big party, and we got to catch up again.
I know. We haven't seen each other for a couple
He
years.
took a bunch of footage, and it already has like 5,000 hits or something in a week.
Michael Anthony drinking Jack Daniels right out of the bottle, just guzzling it down.
Yep.
Jason shredding, tearing it up. Janaea kicking booty.
Yep.
Jason's wife Janaea just, and
Yeah.
you know, we actually it was like a couple. It was like 3 Halloweens ago that we had the pink party
Oh,
bus.
chicken cock.
Chicken cock whiskey.
boy.
Man.
It took my life. So your turn, Jason. How did you go from being a pirate to being a chiropractor?
Well, so here's the deal.
I mean, it wasn't like, hey, I woke up one day.
It all intermeshed, and it happened for a reason. It was on purpose. So I grew up here in Las Vegas. My family came here in the 40s. We came here to build something called a neon sign. My family's Young
Right.
Electric Sign Company. So we lit up the strip, literally. And I grew up pushing a broom and putting tools away at 12 years old in the neon sign shop. So what that did is it kept me in college, right? Now in Vegas, as you get a little bit older, you can push a broom or you can wait a table or you could apply for the Excalibur jousting show, right? So why not do that?
Yeah.
At 18, I'm jousting and sword fighting, which was really good for my social life. We were the first group of straight males on the strip, so that was really
Not that it's
nice.
wrong.
Right,
Not that it's wrong.
Listen, not wrong at all. It's just that we filled a gap, right? And that was okay.
Yeah, well, so do they, but
After 3 years of being
different
in Excalibur, the pirate show came about, so why not try and do that? Okay, so meanwhile, I'm in college because I know I don't want to push a broom for the neon sign shop.
Yeah.
And on my way to school, or on my way to work one night, I get in a car crash. I'm doing about 45 miles an hour, and this sweet little old man pulls out in front of me in a Gran Torino. I hit his front axle at 45 miles an hour. It totals my truck. They take him away in an ambulance. They tow both of our vehicles away. Of course, I'm in my early 20s, so the police officer drives me to work. I do 2 more shows. I go home. I go to bed, right? Wake up the next day, can't move. Literally can't move. So I'm a young guy. I'm 18 years old. Don't know what to do. What do you do when you're a young 18-year-old guy? Call mommy, right?
sure.
Call mommy. She goes, you're going to go to a chiropractor. Now I'm really upset because they're going to crack me, right?
Yeah.
I was scared to death. I'd never been to a chiropractor. I didn't understand it. She said, you're going. I go. They explained that the car crash damaged the curve in my neck. So this chiropractor, and she's still here today, she's one of the best chiropractors.
In your neck, not in your back, but in your neck.
In my neck, yeah, the curve in my neck. So she put me back together. She made me strong again. She got me back in the show. She got me fighting. I had kind of leaned towards being an attorney in college, completely changed my major. I knew I was going to be a chiropractor. I didn't know if I could make a living. I had no idea at that point, but my calling impassioned me. So I went down that path. And now what I have is a unified medical, physical therapy, and chiropractic clinic. We brought all the professions together, so we're a one-stop shop. And we work on athletes, we work on kids, we work on seniors,
Musicians.
musicians,
Yeah, my back's out.
bike
right now.
riders.
There you go.
I don't know if you know Bella Tabak from the Globe, from the days at Splash. My wife was one of the leads at Splash.
Shout out to Carrie.
Shout out Carrie. Hey, Care. And so anyhow, you know, you're in the industry, you get hurt, you find an inspiration, you completely switch gears, and now I'm working in this unified multidisciplinary group, Advanced Spine and Posture, bringing really evidence-based healthcare. That is drug-free.
And you're an inventor.
I'm an inventor as well. So as I got into my field, I realized that fixing that neck curve or a scoliosis is really important, but an adjustment won't do it. We thought it would, it doesn't. And exercise won't do it. Both of those things are good for you, but they won't change alignment. But if you put traction on somebody, and not just long axis, but you actually bend a body in the direction it needs to go with a machine that holds you in that adjustment, if you will, for longer than 10 minutes. We've medically published, we have over 150 plus medical papers that we can change your alignment permanently, even with 1 and 2 year follow-up. What that means is you fix the structure and your function's back. You can play, you can ride, you can adjust, you can do a talk show, but we give you
I always
your
want to sit
life
up
back.
straighter when I'm around you. I've got lousy posture.
Everybody
Challenge
fixes
for
it.
Will you sit up straight?
back
Sit up! Come on, you bike rider slouch musician. Sit up straight around Jason. And he's
So
come through
that's
like,
how
yeah,
you- yeah, I'm just
I'm fine.
So that's how you marry going from an entertainer and a pirate and a jouster into becoming a chiropractor.
Well, I call that when, there's a book, When God Winks, that there is no coincidence.
There we go.
That things happen along your way that just kind of move you from here to there, like the clouds opening up and it raining in Cleveland, so the
That
Cubs can
moment.
When God Winks, and it's a great book. It's written by a man named Squire Rushnell. It was on 60 Minutes, and that's how I found it. But it's like things that happen in your life when the planets just line up a particular way. It's like when I don't get mad in traffic if I take a detour, because I think that whatever the higher power is moving me a different way. Or if I miss a flight, I don't get mad about that stuff. I just think, oh, well, I'm supposed to take that route instead of this route.
Amen.
And, there is no late.
That's right.
You got here when you're supposed to get here.
That's right.
And
Exactly.
it just somehow works out. Like when your concert the other night, man, it knocked me away. It just knocked me away
Yeah,
because
that
I
was
didn't know Jason just sent me, said, hey, man, can you come to the show I'm doing? It's going to be really cool. And I hadn't seen him for a while. I said, yeah, I'll come. And it was just every act. And you even acknowledged the roadies, which I thought was really cool. This guy,
Yeah.
Doogie.
Well, Doogie was he co-built the Jack Daniels bass that Michael Anthony played.
Wow.
So he's like in the Roadie Hall of Fame. This
I didn't
guy's
know,
worked
I didn't know
with
there was
everybody.
a Roadie Hall of Fame.
Everybody.
Have you seen the movie? Have you seen the TV show Roadies?
I haven't, and I really
Oh,
want
because
to.
he kind of reminded me of the character that Ron White plays in Roadies. It's great. It's on Showtime.
Well, that's good. That means they're doing an accurate depiction then.
They are.
Because it's and without the roadies and without Tex and without that, your back really hurts.
Amen.
That's
right.
And just fantastic people. So we did that. We also paid tribute to or inducted into the Rock Gods Hall of Fame a manager, Sandy. She's great. Sandy Rizzo. She worked with Doc McGee back in the day and Aerosmith and all of that. So it goes through and pays tribute and appreciation to those that deserve it in the whole facet of the music industry.
And you teach also. You're part of the camp, the Rock and Roll Fantasy
I do
Camp.
rock and roll fantasy camps. That's where I met a lot of these people.
With David Fishoff.
David Fishoff runs it, and my good friend Valerie, who I know from Elise's back in LA when we both worked there together. They do these camps so people like yourselves, say, that went on to become doctors and lawyers, and they just always wanted to be rock stars. Because
Right.
let's face it, who doesn't want to be a rock
Who
star?
doesn't?
And they
I wanna
pay
be a
to
TV
come
star.
in. They pay to come in and jam with people like myself, like Joe Perry, Steve Vai, Orianthi, Michael Anthony, so on and so forth down the line. So we get a group of people together, and there they go. This is your band. You've got 2 days to get them ready to jam with these people. So we whip them into shape. We figure out what songs we're going to do, and then suddenly they're on stage jamming with Joe Perry.
Amazing. Amazing.
So it's been really fun for me because I've got to jam with a lot of people that I've known through the years but didn't really jam with much. And it's led to obviously a lot of cool things,
And Sunday nights you're at Hard Rock Live on the Strip every Sunday.
Sunday night I have a residency at Hard Rock Live on the Strip, correct, with the Jet Velocity All-Star Band, and that's a revolving cast of characters. Les Warner from the Cults on it, or Derek Pontier's on drums. It all depends on who's available because we're all busy. And then I've been working hard on our original band, which is called Ecotonic, and that's my wife and Chris Slade from AC/DC on the drums. Now, AC/DC may or may not be on a hiatus. I don't know and I can't say.
Right.
However, I'm mixing the new record while he's gone, and we're gearing up to hopefully launch that in 2000.
Hardest music to find online, AC/DC.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Did they not release their categories?
Yeah, no, they really keep really tight
can YouTube
control
it,
on
though.
I
their
was gonna
music.
say YouTube.
Yeah,
You have.
YouTube it. It's all on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Highway to Hell.
If
my
we could ever
favorite
get Dave
stripper.
Grohl in the camp, please let me know, because he doesn't know it, but my wife and I are Foo Fighters' biggest fans ever. And I'll argue with anybody about it. We are the biggest fans. And I know if Dave met me, he'd love me. I'd be his new best friend.
You know what?
Shout out! He is Facebook shout out.
He is one of the coolest guys. I've hung out with him a couple times. Once
Yeah.
was backstage at the AC/DC show. So if you go to my Jason Ebbs page on Facebook, you'll see a picture of me and Dave and Slade together.
Nice.
He's a real, you know what? He's like carrying the rock and roll torch that so many people have dropped.
Yep, 10,000%.
You know what I mean? And so I'm just so happy that he's in music. It gives real music a chance these days.
Was it a Letterman that would have him on all the time? The Foo
Yeah,
Fighters,
yeah,
like, for a
Leatherman
week?
had him on, or Letterman had him on all the time. Their band is so important to me that we spent my last birthday with them at the amphitheater in San Diego at Chula Vista. But I was teaching a spine conference in Boise, so I'd been teaching for 5 days straight. I got on a plane that night. I flew to San Diego, went to the concert all night, flew back the next morning, and was back teaching and finished up the event. But I could not miss the Foo Fighters for my birthday.
You do some cool stuff. You just
Yeah.
got back from Europe. You like
Yeah,
a month in Europe.
We taught a spine conference in London. It was 2 days of teaching, and then we hung out for the month, right? It's the right thing to do. Brought the children
Yeah.
so we could expose them to some good European culture. Next weekend, I'll be in Miami, then back to Vegas. I'll be in San Francisco teaching at Life West University. The next day
What's
back
that? What's
to
Life West?
Life West University is one of the chiropractic
Oh.
universities on the West Coast, and then the East Coast campus is in Atlanta. I'm going to turn around the next day, fly to Atlanta, teach at the East Coast campus. Then we're going to get on a plane, fly to Brisbane, go to Sydney, teach a conference in Sydney, and then back to Seattle to finish out the month. So I'm on my own little geeky scientific rock star tour.
Cool. Well, you got so Jason, by the way, nice
Yeah,
to meet
Jason.
you.
I'm
So
Jason,
did
too.
you know about July,
Jasons.
August, September, October, November?
No.
We're an acronym. July,
Ah,
August,
that's
September,
right.
October,
I
November.
did know that. I didn't
Yeah.
think about it, but yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We are. And
See
I-
what you can learn on this
You're a
show.
Libra.
I'm a Libra.
I'm a Libra
When's
too.
your birthday?
September 26th.
October 12th.
There we go.
All right,
Libras are the
Libra's
best.
power.
High five.
No, I'm April, so I'm not that
Aries.
group.
Aries, that's
so-
right.
Yeah, polar opposite.
Hard head.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
February 19th.
Aquarius.
There we go.
I'm right on the cusp. I'm more Pisces than Aquarius.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's Aquarius the
Pisces.
21st. Oh,
Yeah, and the planets all line up in a
So
particular
what do you think
way.
about the new zodiac, by the way?
I haven't even looked at it because it doesn't exist. It's not real.
Come on.
we
it's-
are who we are.
It's added in the fourth quarter, I think, so it moves us into. I think I'm now supposed to be a
Virgo or Scorpio,
Virgo.
right?
I think I'm supposed to be a Virgo
Okay.
now. They found another cluster or whatever, and they said there's now a 13th zodiac, and I'm like, yeah, screw you. No, there isn't.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
Libra.
well, we're gonna find a new cluster on Tuesday.
That's
Let's say,
great.
I like tradition. Let's stick with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
that's
to the
right.
Hebrew calendar. You can always do that. That's like 10 months instead of 12.
I'd rather stick it to the basics. 12 months, let's go.
The
12
Mayan,
months, there you go.
yeah, the Mayan calendar.
Exactly.
All right,
So
well,
that's where I'll go with.
Let's find out how everybody can find you guys. Start with you, your website.
You can go to jasonebbs.com, or else I'm also on Facebook, Jason Ebbs, that's EBS. Jet Velocity, rocks.com, Ecotonic, which is ECOTONIC.
And
Music.
Sundays at Hard Rock Live.
Sundays at Hard Rock Live, Wednesdays and Thursdays at Carnival Court with a band called the Droids. That's right outside of Harrah's. And I'm playing Friday and Saturday, various Fridays and Saturdays at the Rio. So
But it's all on the website.
yeah.
Nice.
Jason.
Advanced Spine and Posture. It's spineandposture.com. Also, universaltractioningsystems.com. That's where my spine device that I invented can be found. And then I want to give a shout out to Chiropractic Biophysics, CBP. That's at idealspine.com, and that's where all of the published research on structural rehab of the spine has been done. That's the group that does it.
Say it again if you would.
Idealspine.com. Idealspine.com. That's CBP, Chiropractic Biophysics.
With me,
Ricardo!
super easy. All social media is Ricardo_Laguna. You get all the websites, links, the whole nine. But November 12th is Las Vegas Throwdown.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Saturday. One-day event, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. The snow's going to melt away, so make
That's
sure
in
you show
North
up
Las
early.
Vegas, where?
No, downtown Las
Oh,
Vegas.
downtown, where?
Yeah, across the street from the D and kitty corner of Golden Nugget.
How awesome is that?
So state of the art. It's actually going to be aired on CBS in case
Yeah.
you miss it, but you don't want to miss it because in person it's a whole different
Hopefully
ballgame.
nobody will hurt their back.
If not, we know the guy
We
to send
know
them
where
to.
to go.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Taking us out. If he's ready over there, we're going to go one more time. I want to thank you all. Remember to watch on Monday, 2 p.m. on NBC Sports Radio, 9:20 a.m. And you can always catch us on Facebook Live. Send us your messages. And if you're interested in the wine party, go to vegasnonstop.com and we'll have listings of the next wine events. Jason, if you're ready, we're going to take it out. Eat well, party hard, have an awesome weekend, Cubs fans. We love you, everybody. Let's go on to some football. Jason Ebbs.
It's for you, Dr. Jason.
Hot summer nights, feel like a dead. I gotta find my baby yet. You think I'm cute, a little bit shy. Honey, I ain't that kind of guy. Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I got a bad case of loving you. Wait, that sounded totally weird when I sent that out to you. It was just the doctor reference. It had nothing to do with any of
Let's just do the chorus.
1, 2, 3. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
See you, everybody.
No pill's gonna. See you later. Thank you very much. Oh, God, that was bizarre. Ah!